Right, hello guys, blessings. This is High Priestess Jamila. So I was gonna go live and talk about this, but I decided to go ahead and record a voiceover for this conversation. And I wanted to come and speak about how it was one of the most satisfying things finding out the absolute best protection from the evil eye, Trojan horse curses, as well as necromancy. And so obviously I did discover the fastest way to remove this stuff. Okay? Like I'm talking about literally within minutes. Okay? Removing it. However, what about protection? What about protection and prevention from evil eye curses, Trojan horse curses, and then necromancy work? So, first of all, we're going to talk about the evil eye, okay? We're going to talk about protection from the evil eye and how I discovered protection from it, okay? And so there's two ways that you have to look at it, okay? When you're looking at the evil eye. The evil eye stems from emotions. But then again, it also stems from psychic energy, some kind of meditation that's being done. It stems from a focus on you of the evil eye, of this hatred, of this jealousy. It's a focus, a psychic focus on the person, on the target, which would be you or whoever has experienced this. And what I have found is that when an enemy or a person has discovered the way to do this, it can be very dangerous, because what the evil eye curse does is it is a direct attack on your third eye. Believe it or not, your ajna. It is an attack on the mind. It is an attack on your thoughts. And it's a really deep focused attack that when you're looking at some of your enemies, they will literally stay focused on you sometimes 24 hours a day, which is insane for anybody to do that. I mean, when we think about life and when we think about living life and knowing how to live life and knowing how to focus on things that are important to us, like our jobs, like maybe something that we enjoy doing, maybe a hobby, maybe, of course, definitely, hopefully your family, your children, your grandchildren, your husband, just plans that you have. And when you think about that, and when you think about how an evil eye, a person pointing the evil eye at you, they literally have to be focused on you all the time. And so most of us couldn't even fathom that type of mindset. However, there's a lot of us that have been affected. So first of all, once you have cleared that energy out of the third eye, okay, obviously there's going to be energies. There may even be spirits that are going to be in the other chakras, and then possibly on or attached to other people around you that are important to you. Once you have ultimately gotten that person, that, because the evil eye is almost like an implant, like the person throwing their evil eye at you has a focus on you, like with just every movement, every thought. And so the evil eye is sort of like an obsession. It is an obsession, and it can literally afflict every aspect of the target's life. So finding the solution to that was extremely satisfying. And not only have I been able to take my own life and mind and time back, but also others when it comes to the evil eye. So the evil eye is what I wanted to talk about first, because it is an entire trip, okay? It is not a situation that you want to have an involvement with. It's something that when somebody's pointing the evil eye at you, typically it does not get better. It gets worse. So, of course, a lot of people that have someone pointing the evil eye at them, of course, they're going to do work on the person. Of course, to bind them, to banish them, to block them out. Okay. However, I think that what people miss is they miss doing the work on themselves. So number one, you have to work on yourself to remove the person. Specifically, work has to be focused on the person's ajna, or their third eye. And that can be very challenging for some people. I've noticed that there are some people that are really, really easy, with removing that negative psychic energy and information. But then again, there's some people, it takes them a little while longer. It can be more difficult doing that healing work on some of my clients. Because basically the evil eye curse is going to, obviously is going to affect other chakras and areas of the body and life. And so having to fix or focus on those things can be extremely challenging, but it can be done, and it can be done very quickly. So not only that, applying that focus on the third eye is extremely important. There are certain potions that I make. In particular, if you have had the evil eye pointed at you, it may change, especially if somebody has been purposely knocking. Like, imagine if somebody just decided that if they wanted to get in your head, that they were going to come and physically knock at your door every day and walk away. Imagine that. It's the same thing if somebody is projecting thoughts to you, or either focusing on you in their meditations. Hold on a minute. And then someone comes and knocks. It's my food. Give me a second. Okay, so getting back to the evil eye, I had to come back because I had to tend to some things. So getting back to what I was saying about this is that it can really be mentally draining. But the one thing, we already discussed working on self, but there is a special way of protection from the evil eye that is shamanic. Okay, it comes from shamanism, and it is an extremely very far out way, extreme, just far out way of dealing with the evil eye, but it does work. So this shamanic practice, it's very extreme. And believe it or not, it's not something that is harmful, but it does definitely make you think higher and out of bounds when it comes to your level of understanding when it comes to protection. Okay, because a lot of people, when they think about protection, the only thing that they think about is, a shield around themselves, or, of course, when it comes to protection, you can use spirits for protection. You can use deities. You can use symbols. But this way of protecting yourself from the evil eye is far more advanced, and it really, really takes you to a level of understanding that is far beyond what most people know about witchcraft. Okay, now let's talk about the Trojan horse protection from the Trojan horse. First of all, a Trojan horse curse, it can stem from different things. It's basically, though, a bunch of chaos, a bunch of destructive energy. And it doesn't just include one spirit, but a conglomerate of spirits. Like, it's like a whole bunch of like bad spirits that are just hitting a person up at one time. Okay, typically this is going to come from more so a coven. However, it doesn't have to. Okay, it doesn't have to come from a coven. It can come from one practitioner that really knows their stuff. And so basically what a Trojan horse curse does is it is a form of necromancy that requires the use of spirits. It could also be the use of demons. Okay, yeah. Mainly what you're going to have, because demons, they don't like for you to waste their time. When you're working, and it really depends on what demon you're going to. Honestly, the some of the spirits of the Goetia, they will do certain, crummy stuff, but for the most part, they don't really work that way, to be honest. So that's why a lot of people like to use spirits, okay? And then even sometimes ancestors. So basically, what the reason why I call it a Trojan horse is because what ends up happening is that all of these spirits are sent to a target, or either they are sent to a location, and these spirits are being instructed to do certain things. They are either pre-instructed, or either they are controlled at various times throughout the day to attack and to do certain things. Now, the Trojan horses that I have seen are spirits that can be either around a client or are inside of a client. And That's when things typically are really, really bad, okay? Because what has happened is that a lot of these spirits or demons or entities will actually be possessing the client, okay? These spirits will be inside of the chakras of the client, okay? These particular spirits are meant to do different purposes. Like, for example, if these spirits are meant to harm a relationship, what these spirits will do is go inside of one host, and then they will either be, like I said, inside of the host to come out at certain times during certain events or occurrences, or either they will be around the person, and they are meant to do and cause the possession of others. One of the ones that I have noticed with the Trojan horse curse, which is a really bad necromancy curse, is a separation breakup curse. So I'm going to use that as an example. What I have noticed is that, like, for example, like an ex or someone that wants to just get vengeance on you and see you very unhappy and sad, what they can do is they can go to a dark practitioner or a necromancer, and if they find out certain things, like, for example, you're pregnant, or either if they find out certain things like you're happy, something is happening, then what can happen is these particular spirits can be sent to a person. They will squat in the person so that they can come out of the person and inflict or afflict others to create the intention, to make the intention happen. Well, guess what? We have found the answer in my knowledge of shamanism on how to stop that, how to prevent it. First of all, to get the Trojan horse or necromancy curse off, it can take sometimes minutes, depends on how long it's been there. It can take minutes, or it can take hours, or it can take, I've seen it take up to 24 hours to even sometimes several days. So they're fairly easy to remove, because to remove a curse like that, you have to pretty much cleanse the person, the host. You have to pretty much cleanse the people that have been afflicted. And there's a shamanic ritual that I do for that pretty much fixes things. But then, okay, what if you have a person that is heavily monitoring you, stalking you, to make sure that these unhappy afflictions happen to you, and then they decide, oh, well, I'm just going to do it again. I'm just going to do it over and over again. Then you're going to need protection. And how do you do that? Well, you know what? The answer in that lies in shamanism. Again, the same protection that is going to protect you from the evil eye is going to protect you from the Trojan horse curse. Completely guaranteed to protect you. It, like I said, the protection should be done first. It can be done. The protection can be put up. I'm not going to reveal on this video how it is done. That's something that I will teach my clients, my students, okay? However, I'm starting to get a little nervous about that, to be honest with you, because there are some students that could possibly take that information and misuse it. And that, my friend, is going to be a serious problem. If I teach you shamanism, it's okay for you to work it for other people, but to reveal the secrets of shamanism to someone, not good. So, and you just like, maybe teach it to your kids, but to come to High Priestess Jamila and find out about as much as you can about shamanism and then take it back to an enemy, no dice, because there are very extremely powerful deities and spirits that are blessing people with that information, and for them to misuse it is bad and it will backfire. Okay, but there is a way using shamanism to completely remove that and block it. Okay, so that's really exciting, refreshing, as well as satisfying. Even though I am a witch, at the end of the day, I'm a shamanic witch, high priestess, I still like to live life. And I guess there are some witches that just love to sit and be at war all day and night. I don't. Speaking of which, I just got a reminder that it's time for me to do my third eye anointing. There is a potion that I use for that. There's a couple of different potions that you can use to anoint your third eye. One of them being my Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy potion. And then there is another one that can be used as well. A lot of the times, if you are ever feeling pressure around the third eye, that could be an indicator that someone is trying to access your astral really bad. Like they're literally trying to get in, like they're banging on your astral door. Whatever protection that you have put up, they are trying to get through it. Signs like that are really important to look into. You don't necessarily have to do that for the rest of your life. I know that I would if it was necessary for me to have a life. But as long as it takes that person or people, I think that it's important to go ahead and do your anointings. Because that right there, like that pressure on the forehead, is a reminder to tell you, to warn you, hey, somebody's either pre-planning something or either they're trying something. They're trying to get in past your protection, is what that means to me. Okay? It doesn't mean that they've gotten past the protection, because a lot of the times when we're seeing things that are happening in advance before it happens. Otherwise, it wouldn't be considered to be foresight or psychic vision. So there are potions that I do offer, in particular for that Trojan horse potion. And you can use the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy potion, but there's another one that I made that is very specific, and you can anoint your chest with it, which is your anahata. You can anoint your crown with it. You can anoint your throat with it, your third eye. And it is a water-based potion, but a oil-based potion, just one made with oil, is available as well. Okay. And so you can anoint yourself. You don't even necessarily have to anoint the bare skin. You can anoint your clothing with it, and your clothing is sufficient. So it's not like this stuff has to necessarily touch the body. It's extremely satisfying, because what it does is it gives you your life back. There is a such thing as spiritual abuse. And a lot of the times when people decide that they want to expand their spiritual knowledge beyond the church, what you will find that what some people will do is they will continue on especially if they did suffer some kind of religious abuse, they will continue on the sort of the energy of abusing. For me personally, when I discovered my craft, I wanted it to improve my life. I wanted it to perfect my life. I did not want, to go into some kind of weirdness, okay? So that's the thing of it is that you are the maker of your destiny when you learn those classes in shamanism, or either you get work done through me, because I do offer work. So anyway, that is pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I hope that you guys enjoyed the beautiful pictures that I posted with this. It is so lovely. It really is. And so if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want work done to put up your shield, and typically your shield, I am gonna be sending that to you, and you may not even understand it. You may not even understand the shield, because a lot of the times I have it, this is like a whole package of stuff that I send you. It's got a mason jar with some stuff in it, some liquidy stuff, and and then you'll get some powder potions just that are made out of powder, and then there's some of your potions that are going to be some of your potions are going to be liquid, and these are things that you can keep in your home, which is going to be the work that I do, because some of your potions that I make for you are just going to be personalized, okay? So, and it's still going to be called the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy Potion, because of one of the ingredients that is in it is going to be elderberries, which is something that will always be included in that. But depending on who you are, there may be other things that may need to be included, like moringa powder or kadavari, or fennel seeds or something. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and never be afraid to come and get some help. Okay? All right. I will see you guys later. Blessings.